My name is Aly. I am 20 years old and I am currently 37 weeks pregnant and studying full-time and working. So I come from a family of 7 kids. I am the second eldest. The youngest is now 3. Finding out about Ari when mum and dad told us that they were expecting another one. Yeah, it was very exciting but very, very shocking.
I remember when I first found out that I was pregnant with Ari, and you know especially how exhausted I was with Zeph. Zeph was a hard baby. So the idea of doing it all over again, it was hard. The idea of how can I do this again? I can't do all this again. What if this kid's as fiery as his big brother? Obviously being a minister's wife and having this leadership role, I was very against the whole termination of pregnancy, but yet in that situation, it was very real. I got in contact with all sorts of organisations, both pro-life, both pro-choice, and I sifted through and tried to work out what do I want to do here. I went and had a counselling session after I'd spoken to my family, and one of the things they said to me was, look, you're in a position to make up your own mind. You have 6 other kids. One thing you probably need to think about is what they'll miss out on if they don't get to meet their sibling. And that was a moment. I walked away and thought, we're doing this. Whether I have to battle every day through this, I'm not going to take that opportunity away from my other kids because they have a right to know their baby brother or sister. So the whole pregnancy was really, really tough. It was probably one of the hardest. I had so many moments where I would just fall apart, and yet determination to prove that life is valuable was so much bigger than all of that. In the end, we got a beautiful baby boy out of it.
I've always wanted kids. It's not something that I planned on anytime soon. For context, I have just moved out of home last year, moved 3 hours away from my family, pursuing studies, working 6 to 7 days a week. I was still in a new relationship, so obviously when I found out, I was very confused about what to do. Coming from a marriage where my dad left before I was born, I didn't want to put my child in a situation where they would have to go through something similar. So I had to speak to Logan, my partner, about it as well. Watching mum go through it a few years ago scared me a little bit. Having seen her go through all these pregnancies, it's always made me something that I've wanted to do within a traditional relationship where you get married, wait a few years, your career's already sorted. It put me off a little bit knowing that I don't have the stability that some other people already have. I don't have a house, I don't have a car. I'm just trying to pay my bills and get through uni. So even though I didn't have the support set up so much, I knew that I could figure it out if I had to.
When I was 18, I had a pregnancy that I didn't go through with, and I have lived to regret that day ever since. So Aly, when she came to me and asked me, what should I do? I said, you have to work it out because the whole of who she is affected with whatever decision she makes. And if she decided that she wasn't going to go ahead with the pregnancy, that decision does stay with you. I kind of looked at Aly and thought, regardless of the circumstances that surround this and how it's not ideal, it's a gift. And I have to just nurture and respect and encourage her, just as long as she knows we've got her back and that we love her, and she's going to be an awesome mummy. So
I hope so.
You're going to be amazing.
I hope so.
You will be.